Boom, just like that. It's the beginning of another week. What a time to be alive. Hi, everybody. I'm Russ Kane. Welcome to the Midday Show. Right, without further ado, you know him, you love him. He's the king of comedy. I'm going to, because his show sold out, so I'm extending the radius around the Tolworth Tower 6 miles. King of comedy, round the Tolworth Tower, Neil Long.
You're so generous. At least a 6 mile radius. Thank you so much. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you?
It's gone from half a mile to. Have you got like gauze over your lens, or are you trying to be like Lucille Ball? There we go.
That's better.
What was that then?
I don't know. There's a mess on my computer. I dread to think.
Are you? Ooh. How was your weekend?
Busy.
I want to hear all about it.
My friend was 50 on Friday, and I invited him to my comedy gig. I thought we'll have a nice night.
Oh,
at the
poor
pub.
sod.
We'll have a nice night at a pub. And it turned out to be this really dodgy pub in southwest London, in a converted garage in said pub. I enjoyed the gig, but it probably wasn't the best place.
Converted garage. What, somebody's garage, or like
in the back of a pub? In the back of a pub in the grounds. It was very bizarre. Very bizarre.
Yeah.
However, the gig went well. Saturday, I had my first ever divorce party to do, or freedom party, as they're calling it.
Yeah. Go on. I saw clips of that. Go on.
Yeah, it's an American thing apparently, but that went well. And then Sunday, I was doing a corporate fundraising football match gig from 9 till 3. So
6 hours.
Yeah, 6 hours or 6.5
comedy.
hours.
6 hours of comedy.
Oh no, DJing.
That's a lot of jokes. 6 hours. I would have thought.
That's a hell of a lot of jokes.
Yeah. So it's huge. So you were DJ.
Yeah, well, not exactly that sort of DJ. It was more background music while they played their football. I mean, they raised over 25 grand on the day. It's incredible.
Who were the
Alliance
people?
Health.
Who were the people? Who were the people?
Alliance Healthcare, one of the local corporates around here, and a very nice bunch of people. So, hello to them. What else did I do? Well, thought of a couple more jokes, which is nice. My sold out gig last week went well. I was actually pulled in to be on the bill at the last minute because we had a very understandable dropout. Very understandable. And got another comedy gig this Saturday. And if anyone is in the Great Bookham area and would like to come to a free comedy gig, with your permission, I'll pop the link on the screen.
Please do. Should it not be called Great Bookham Dano area?
I never thought of that.
Yeah,
I never
thought
thought
it should be. Well, I had a rubbish weekend, and but I love hearing other people's great weekends. As you know, I have a podcast, a weekly podcast called Walk the Talk, The Hero's Journey, with my spiritual conciliarian, someone who's become a very, very dear friend, Mark Collin.
He's a good lad.
He's a wonderful fellow, and his father died, and
I'm so sorry.
So I was at the funeral, and talk about upset. Well, Mark had gone to live in Colorado, and he'd gone with his other half, who I got to know, and they were sort of testing the waters, and they went out to Colorado ostensibly for 2 months, which I know we talked about. He was looking forward to it, and he'd just settled down, and bish bash bosh, his dad gets horribly ill.
I'm really cut out. I'm really sorry to hear that. Is he okay?
Next thing is, they have to come back. And where have you gone?
I'm here.
Well, I don't know what's happening there. Anyway, more gremlins. It'll just add to the joy of the day. And so that was that. And I'll go and pay my respects at the house probably later in the week, or his mum's house.
Well, wish him my very best.
I will do that.
It's not easy. We've all been through it, haven't we? And it's not.
It's horrible.
It's not an easy time. Get the support you need. All feelings are allowed. And grief is a pretty weird journey. It really is.
Yeah, that's absolutely so. I was thinking about how times have changed, and today I found an advert. It was an old advert. You've heard of Stanley Matthews, of course, the great footballer, became Sir Stanley Matthews. And it's this fabulous advert. It's a print ad from God knows when, and he's advertising cigarettes.
Goodness me.
And it's like, yeah, I'm like, the top sportsman in Britain, and I love a clean smoke.
Goodness me. When was this? What year was this?
Oh, I don't know. That must have been late 40s, early 50s, I guess. It's just a classic thing. I don't know how to put it on the screen, but it is hilarious. Absolutely. It's just hilarious. Oh, God. So I'm getting so many messages here. It's ridiculous. I'm not having a good day today, Longie. I'm going to be honest with you.
What's up, dude? How come
I don't know, man. I don't like the ether that's in the air today. I'm not happy with it. The ether that's in the air, the vibrations, the whole thing. I just, it ain't good. It ain't good. It just feels very, very troublesome. Feels very troublesome. Feels very dangerous, I think. That's just me. Maybe that's me. You seem to sort of, like a hovercraft, manage to just sail along in a beautiful way. I'm impressed by that.
Only when I don't get hung up and caught up on things. Although, if I was you with your background, I probably would be caught up in this a lot more.
Well, it's a nightmare.
If you know what I mean.
It's a nightmare.
And I can understand that.
And tomorrow is the 7th of October. It'll be 2 years since the massacre, and they're celebrating. They're celebrating. I despair. I've given up. I've given up. I am not sure what to do. I am not sure where to go. I don't think I want to be here anymore. And it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It occurred to me. Let me run this by you. I'm not a religious person in the least. I'm not. It actually feels, and you're going to think I've drunk the Kool-Aid, but when I wrote The Gatekeeper, which is now 5-6 years ago, the idea of the gatekeeper was that every 20 years, the gates of hell open. And one person on the planet is chosen utterly randomly to be the gatekeeper and try to close the gates of hell. That's the premise of the gatekeeper.
Fairly everyday premise then, yeah.
Well, it's a horror thriller sort of mystery where I try to reverse every trope. And I don't believe in God particularly. I don't think so. I don't think he believes in me. And but I do believe in evil. I do believe in evil. Honestly, it feels like Satan is walking the earth. I actually think it feels like Satan is walking the earth. And that's how I feel. And it's a genuine feeling. And I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in good and evil.
But it's not, from a psychological point of view, it's not healthy to look for the evil in the world, because we get more and see more of what we focus on. We talked about the reticular activation system. What I would recommend for you, if I may, is something called pivoting. And that's just a question of finding something good, even if it's something very small, and focusing on it to the exclusion of all else. And that will things can only bother you if you give your attention to them.
But you have to give. I know there's people I got like relatives ago. They never watch the news.
But if you don't give your attention to it, then you won't know what's going on, and you'll be naive and vulnerable.
Yes,
but arguably, by giving attention to that weakens you anyway and makes you more vulnerable, because you're not in a resourceful state of mind or body when you focus on negative things that bug you. If you want to make a difference in the world, or at least have a realization that you already do, because you do, is focus on the good and focus on what's right. And that can be really hard to do at times. I really understand that. But I bet if you ask the same question of your spiritual mentor, he would tell you the same thing.
Let's see what Ian Jones says. Afternoon, Russ and Neil. I sense the same thing, Russ. Last few months I had the feeling that big changes are coming. What I don't know, but the feeling hasn't gone away. I think we're on the brink of a civil war. If you want the truth, I actually do. I think we're on. It's not even a question of picking, left or right, whatever. It's between good and evil. And I honestly believe we are on the, like we had with the IRA, which was politely called the Troubles. When I did my stand-up in Los Angeles, I tried to explain it like the Troubles, like you got a bit of a twinge in your knee or your back's a bit achy. Oh, I got the Troubles. No, it wasn't. It was 30 plus years of absolute hell. And I think that's what we're going to have here. I do. I mean, we're lucky, fortunate that we're not armed to the teeth like they are in America. Because if it kicks off there, it'll be absolutely horrific because everyone's armed. As indeed would I be if I lived there. The first thing I'd do is get a gun. Wouldn't hesitate.
Would you?
You
would?
Absolutely. Wouldn't hesitate. And I'd wait the year for the license. And then I would apply after the statutory 12 months to have a concealed carry permit. I wouldn't hesitate. Yeah, that's how I feel. We've gone past conversation.
Again, I get. Of course, a heavy one for a Monday afternoon. Again, I can understand that. I can understand where you're coming from. I'm not trying to be a sort of apologist. Yeah, Kimmy, awareness comes from being aware. Awareness doesn't come from focusing exclusively on what's wrong.
So here's my argument, and I see where Kim is coming from, but this is the dilemma, and I don't have the answer, Longie. I don't have the answer. If you are not aware of what the government's doing, what they're planning, what's happening in the capital city, which was once a great city and now is a cesspit. If you're not aware of that, how can you be prepared? How can you be prepared for what's going to happen, for what's happening? If you weren't aware, I'll give you a silly example that's just sprung into my mind. If you say you had a beautiful gold Rolex, that was your pride and joy, you've worked your guts out all your life, and you've treated yourself to a Rolex, and you're walking down the street, and you're on your phone. If you didn't know that in London now, under Sadiq Khan, the worst mayor in living memory, if you didn't know that London is lawless, and you should never wear a nice watch or have your phone out anymore, you'd walk straight into that. I mean, that's a silly example, but do you see what I mean?
Again, you can be aware of things, but without it affecting your well-being. That's the key here.
I think it's very, 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 very difficult. I don't want to be like this. The French Prime Minister had resigned a few days ago. France's problems, everybody's anger and frustration, boiling points. Can we talk about nice things? What would you like to talk about, Kimmy?
I've got something fun that I did on air this morning.
All right, but you see, the thing is this. The thing is this, all right? I've been broadcasting and spent a lot of my own money on mental health. We had men's radio station, women's radio station, and then left all that disappeared. And then I started the Midday show, which I love doing. And I love having you on it, and Phil Dave and Chantal Rickards and Jonathan Baz and everybody else and all the guests we've got lined up. It's great. All right. It's great. But if I can't talk about my own mental health, what the fuck have I wasted my last 6-7 years for? There comes a time when you can stop worrying about everybody else and just occasionally concentrate on yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Good. So what can we do to help facilitate your feeling better? What would help you today?
What would help? General election. That would help. Ain't going to happen.
Something maybe a little more.
The end of the weekly hate marches in London. Ain't going to happen. They've done absolutely nothing about it for 2 years. And suddenly the new Home Secretary, who should never ever had that role. Never, because she's not unbiased. Impossible, considering her past. I believe that she did nothing about the hate marches for 2 years, right? Nothing. Every week. Now, if you're living in, I don't know, Gloucestershire or Suffolk or Surrey, it means nothing to you. It means one hell of a lot if you're living in London and have to put up with that week after week after week for 2 solid years. But now, of course, she wants to ban what she terms right-wing marches. Well, they're not right-wing. They're just people who are sick to death of this garbage. We know the police have been infiltrated. We know the judges have been complicit. We know that. It needs a root and branch clear out. Absolutely. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. Ain't going to happen.
You think we get onto dangerous ground when the government saying, for your own good, we're doing this.
Yeah, and then not for our own good, it's for their good.
They're good.
The only people they know, the only people who are going to vote for them, they know exactly who it is. No one who's sane is going to ever vote for them again.
It's a dangerous ground when the government just says something and expects it to be enforced, because that goes from democracy to dictatorship.
It is a dictatorship. We're not in a democracy now. We're not in a democracy now. This is not a democratic process any longer. Digital ID, sod off with it. Sod off with it. Not having it. We've got digital ID. We've got a national insurance number. We've got a passport number. We've got a driving license number. Yeah. Who would I vote? Who would I vote? Who would I vote for? I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. I know exactly what I do. I know what I do, but I'm not going to talk about it. It's heavy stuff, because I think that's where we're at. I think we're absolutely on the brink here. I can feel it. You know what happened in Manchester with that raving lunatic? I mean, if only there was a clue. I mean, if only his name was Jihad. Oh, hang on. I mean, God almighty.
What were his parents thinking?
Well, we can make all the jokes you like. If only
I wasn't joking.
No, I know. If only there was the slightest clue. Maybe his middle name should have been Semtex, Death Vest. That might have helped. And and he was on bail for rape. What a delightful character. And when you think he is one, I don't even know if he's on a watch list, Longie. I don't even know if that bastard was on a watch list. There's 40,000 plus other people like him on the watch list. 40,000. Think about that. Imagine a football crowd. 40,000 people on a watch list. It's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. What have they done about it? They've facilitated it. That's what they've done. They're complicit and they've facilitated it. Shocking. Shocking how we could be in this position. Absolutely shocking. We've been saying for years on this show this was going to happen. It's not a surprise. Not a surprise at all. What I hope, I'm not going to say pray, because who would you pray to? What I hope is that it doesn't escalate, because I can see tit for tat coming up now. And people, I think, are getting prepared to do shocking things, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. But I think that's what's coming.
It is a complex, difficult, and volatile situation. I will give you that.
It's volatile, but it's not that complex. Don't have people who want to kill you and destroy you, who hate you, coming in. It's not that difficult.
Well, on paper, that's great, but how do you stop them?
Well, we've got...
They're not going to come in with signs on their backs, are they?
Longie, I got people that I know who live on the coast, who see what goes on every day on the coast. You don't see it in the media. You don't see it in the papers. You certainly won't see it on BBC News, who should be dismantled, of course, and defunded. You don't see that. You don't see it in the mainstream media. It's a fraction is what they report of what's going on every single day. It's really simple. You have a navy. You have a navy. Use it. It's not that tricky. Use it. What's that? How's that hard? How is that hard? It's not. I mean, this is an island. An island. We're not joined. We're not landlocked. People aren't sneaking in under wire. You got to get here across the channel. You can stop it like that. It's not
At
hard.
the risk of opening a can of worms, then why don't they?
Because it doesn't.
Because you can't be the only one.
Because it doesn't suit them. It doesn't suit them. It's about votes. And that is the revolting truth of it. It's only about votes. That's why. Who else is going to bloody well vote for these lunatics? They're mad. A true Islamist sees their enemies and so-called allies in the same light. To make their point, all are expendable. That's it. Their allies might one day realize they are... That's the point. Leslie Jones is absolutely right. Let's say hello to the lovely Liz Saul. Thank you, Liz. Always lovely to see you. I feel passionate about this, Neil. I feel passionate about this because I'm watching a country be destroyed day by day by day, inch by inch. And my concern is, will it last forever? Of course it won't. It'll last for another 4 years. And I've said this till I'm blue in the face. The pendulum has gone one way. It is ridiculous. You know the NHS is infiltrated. The Home Office is infiltrated. You know it. The police are infiltrated. Certainly the judges. Jesus Christ. You look at some of the sentencing. It's insane. Makes absolutely no sense at all. So it'll last for another 4 years and then there'll be an election, unless they try and stop an election, in which case, get out of Dodge, everybody. But when the pendulum goes the other way, to try and rebalance it and bring the pendulum back to the middle, it'll be awful. And that's the frightening thing. It'll be awful. Because all this pent-up anger will suddenly be released. It won't be nice. That's scary. Do you feel anything that I'm saying is right, or do you think I'm completely mad?
I think you're right. I think things are very, like I said, volatile, challenging, and I will say complex as well. I think we do have a choice about what we give the majority of our attention to. If you go around looking at that all day, reading it, living in it, absorbing it, of course you're going to feel bad. Who wouldn't? It's obvious. That's a nice message from Liz.
Yes. Would you like to read it out?
In the wake of the synagogue attack in Manchester, I felt a bit surreal about it. I was pleasantly surprised to receive so many messages of support and concern from friends and colleagues.
That is extremely nice.
So, again, you know, and these aren't friends and colleagues with a Jewish background. These are just friends and colleagues, you know, because...
Very nice. It's extremely nice. It's just pathetically sad that everyone's been predicting this and then it happened. And they go, oh, I can't believe it happened. What the hell did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? You embolden. You encourage. And then you're surprised. It's an absolute disgrace.
Encourage? What do you mean?
If I go down that rabbit hole. Right. Keir Starmer comes out along with that creep Macron and that lunatic in Canada, Mark Carney. and they're recognizing. Why? What are they going to do next week? Recognize Narnia, recognize Middle Earth, recognize the Wizard of Oz. I don't know. Anything for votes, and it won't be forgotten. Strictly Come Dancing. I did a post about Strictly, and it's had a lot of attention, which is sweet. It's a nice little show. Do you ever watch it?
No, but I'm aware of it.
Yeah, it's a nice little show. It was the point I made on my post was something that had become apparent to me, is that the older I left the ladies out of it because I thought that was polite. It's not for me to comment. But the older guys in the competition were clearly, like I would, and I was putting myself right in that mix, feeling their age and realizing that you get to a point in life where your body just won't do. In your head, I mean, you're a lot younger than I am. In your head, you're like late 20s, early 30s. And the reality is you're decades older. And you just can't do what you used to do physically. Mentally, you can. Physically, you can't. And you could see it etched on their faces, how they were disappointed with themselves, not with the show. Yeah. And that's the point I made. And everybody had their very, very interesting comments. This is good. Would you like to read this one out?
Philip Harling, I lived amongst the race riots in Burnley, Lancashire in 2000. They've been predicted for around 2 to 3 years. Well, they happened to tensions being built up and the authorities turning a blind eye.
Yeah, that's right. Just pretend, put it under the carpet, it'll all go away. No, it really won't. It festers and it will explode. I love Strictly. One of my friends was on the show a few years ago. Middle-aged man. I'm sure Mum and her mates voting helped to keep him in until Blackpool. Blackpool. We're in week 2. I don't think we've mentioned Blackpool yet. Although one of the Blackpool, like you're going to Monte Carlo. Have you been to Blackpool?
Do you want to do this fun thing that I did on the show this morning?
I would love you to do that, Neil Long. I would love that.
Workplace nicknames.
Work? Oh, this is good.
I'm gonna tell you some workplace nicknames.
Workplace nicknames. Okay.
And you've got to try and tell me how they got this nickname in the workplace. All right.
Okay. I'm game.
Cruel but funny. Newspaper.
Say that again. Newspaper.
Why would someone at work be called newspaper?
Because jeez. Oh, that is
because they've got a new issue every day. Olympic flame.
Because they never go out.
Yes. Sensor light.
Only does some work when the boss is walking past.
You're close. Gets activated when someone walks past.
Hey!
Bluetooth.
Likes to connect with everyone.
Only works when paired. Wikipedia. These are good. You'll enjoy these. Wikipedia.
Don't believe a word they say.
No, full of information, but you can't be sure it's true. Blister.
Close. What was the last one?
Blister.
Rubs everyone up the wrong way.
Shows up after the hard work's done. Broken arrow.
Pointless.
Doesn't work and can't be fired. Ninja turtle.
Lets everyone carry them.
Turtle to work, ninja to home. 404.
Not recognized.
Can't be found.
Not recognized. Yeah, yes.
Lava lamp.
Oh God, lava lamp. Gets heated at every opportunity.
Looks good, but not very bright. Levi's.
Leaves at 5:01.
Always disappears at 5:01.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes. Boy, this is putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
Go on. Go on. You got more?
All right. This and then this is on Radio Jackie. Then the phone
I
lines.
love this.
And people were telling me their personal ones. Again, cruel but funny. There was a guy at work whose nickname was Throm. Any idea? Yeah, Throm.
Because he hums.
No, it was short for thrombosis because he's a slow-moving clot.
Oh, God.
All right. I've got a couple more. A guy at work with no teeth apart from one in the middle of his mouth. His nickname was what, do you think?
Oh, Snaggletooth?
No, central eating. And a woman with short pink hair.
Oh, Christ. Yeah.
Nicknamed Cronenberg. Do you know why?
Because she's always scanning for problems?
No, because from the back she looks 16 and from the front she looks 64.
I was thinking of the film director David Cronenberg who did Scanners.
Scanners, yes, with the exploding head. Yes, I remember that. No, I was thinking of that ridiculously strong lager. So there we go.
Is it strong lager? I don't know. I almost stopped drinking, which is worrying.
Oh no, I wouldn't go near Cronenberg.
Oh really? Because it's strong. I don't like the taste.
It's too strong.
I was away for a few. Oh, this is a good one, Philip. Keep them coming in, everyone. Philip's got one. Deck chair always folds under pressure. I love stuff like that. It reminds me of when we used to do breakfast shows. It was a lot of fun. Now, I was away for a few days. Just first time I've been anywhere. I just went down to the country, right? Oh, yeah, Philip's on fire. Butter knife, not the sharpest tool in the box. And I've seen all these adverts on social media for Jeremy Clarkson's beer. The name of which I've completely bloody forgotten. It's gone out of my head. But he does this beer. And I saw a bottle of it in a little shop. A little quaint little shop. And I thought, you know what? I've read about his beers so much and how great they are. And the adverts are very, very funny because they're all completely non-PC and they could never be a real advert. But you can do it on social media as a joke. And I thought, I'll try it. And I don't drink beer. I don't. I have the very, very, very occasional lager, but I don't drink beer. I mean, and when I say occasional, I mean like rarely. And I thought, let's just see what the fuss is about, right? Because I'm a big Clarkson fan. And I tried this bottle. It was fantastic. It was excellent. So the next day I bought a little 4. And I didn't finish them all, but it's very rare when I forgot the damn name of it because that's my head today. But it's very rare when a product is hyped and it's as good, if not better. Yeah.
Have you tried Ricky Gervais's Dutch Barn Vodka?
No, I keep saying I would, but I haven't. I should. I'd like to. Have you?
No.
Oh.
Well, actually, yes. Well, sort of. I haven't tried it, but I was given. I gave someone some, and they seemed to like it.
But is vodka made from something different, isn't it? Is it made from pears or something mad? Or is it made
apples? I think
apples. That's it. Yeah.
Do they do? 1664 do a good zero beer. I didn't know that. Now I imagine that would be quite nice as a zero.
Explain to me the point of having a zero beer. I'm not being sarcastic.
So you can go out.
I mean, I know you can drink it and drive, etc. But I mean,
yes,
in terms of taste,
I can drive home and still enjoy a beer. They've got a lot better though. They taste an awful lot better now. If you're drinking it to get drunk, there's no point in it whatsoever. If you're drinking it because you like the taste of a good beer in a social setting, that would probably answer your question.
No, that's it. I understand. And because I don't drink that, does it taste like a beer? I don't know what it tastes like.
Yeah. They've got an awful lot better. Do you remember the early ones like Barbican?
Disgusting. They were horrible.
Oh, they were just
fizzy, horrible water.
They were awful, but they've got a lot better now. There's also very low alcohol ones like 0.5, and I'm not an ale person, but I did try Ghost Ship, the ale. It's an ale. It's putting a pint of it in a pub, but there's a 0.5 version, which is just 0.5% alcohol, and you would not tell the difference. Heineken do a good beer now, a good alcohol-free one, as Kimmy says, Kronenberg as well,
and Guinness.
Guinness Zero. I tried those in my fridge actually when my friend comes.
I tried a Guinness. I think I tried a Guinness Zero once. I can't recall. Kimmy's going, yeah, Guinness Zero. If you like the taste, then that's a great thing, because then you can drink and drive and not breaking the law or putting others at risk because you're pissed behind the wheel.
Drink 20 of them and drive home perfectly safely. Liz, why did your old neighbour's daughter get called News of the World?
Because at this point, I don't know, I've got to make it up. At this point, our reporter
with every scandal. I don't know.
At this point, our reporter made an excuse and left. News of the World. She was a tittle tattle. She was a gossip. Liz, put us out of our misery. Come on, we need to know.
Yeah, come on, Liz, tell us.
Mackerson. Hang on, let's see if I can do this. Mackerson. Looks good, tastes good, and by golly, it does you good. You're too young to remember that. They were adverts when the such crap. The products maintained, they were healthy and good for you. So Mackerson was a kind of dark, was it like a stout? Leslie Jones, was it like a kind of stout? And it had this guy who I cannot remember his name, but he was very well known at the time. Called Mackerson. Looks good, tastes good, and by golly, it does you good. Of course, we were close. It was called News of the World because she knew all the gossip in the street. Very good.
Very good.
Bernard, that was it. Thank you. Bernard Miles. I got a weird thing to bounce off you, Neil Longie Long. Every morning I wake up. No, that's not it. Well, that in itself these days is a miracle. But putting that aside, and I have the most random tune playing in my head. And the last 2 days, I don't watch sport, but I remember, growing up with Dad because of horse racing. You don't remember the theme tune for World of Sport. I can't bear it. No, that's Sale of the Century. From Norwich. It's the Sale of the Century. Yeah, no. And I had.
Oh, yeah.
World of Sport. Why would World of Sport, out of any of the millions of tunes that we know, why would that be in my head? Anybody else? Oh, well, yeah. Blimey, you're not wrong.
Is this a regular thing? Does it happen all the time?
Yes. The most peculiar, utterly random, bizarre tunes. And I wake up going, what the hell is that? Why? Where's it come from? Grandstand. Yes. Now, Kimmy again. Stout iron content. When my gran was in hospital for many years ago, after a skin graft on her skins, she was Guinness every night. Well, my uncle lived to 90, God knows what, and he had a Guinness every night. Mannequin cigars. Oh, yeah. You'd watch Françoise Pascal if she was selling bleach. Wouldn't matter. I'd watch it. I'd watch that. I'm amazed they can still. They stopped advertising cigarettes ages ago, right? They stopped that. I'm surprised they can still sell advertising for excuse me, for booze. Shins, not skins. Shins. She had a skin graft on her shins. Now we all know what's going on. I loved the old adverts. I love them. being an only child, I grew up with. Oh, what we got? What we got? Okay, here we go.
That's not the one you said.
No, that's World of Sport. You need Grandstand.
Grandstand.
Yeah, that was ITV with Dickie Davis. He was
That's right.
Smooth. I loved him. He was so smooth and urbane and welcoming. He was just great. He was just lovely. I'm not even sure if Dickie Davis is still with us. He might be. David Coleman, all those. Oh, yeah. That's a really good point. I wonder why Francoise never appeared in Hello Hello. She would have been great to counter the fact. That would have been hilarious. Or she comes on and she speaks fluent French because she's French, and everybody else, like Renee and Mimi LeBonc, and everyone's staring at each other. And that would have been like breaking the fourth wall. That would have been fantastic. That would have been so good. What a brilliant idea, Leslie Jones. Castella. Oh, God, terrible cigar. Castella for the price of a pint. That's when they were around 2 shillings each. Yeah, I know. What's this? Liz, what's she saying? I've had an obscure foreigner song in my head for ages. Yeah, it's
Which one,
weird.
Liz?
I don't know. Which one? So we need Grandstand.
Oh, right.
Brilliant idea. Me, is it you? No. Leslie Jones, what you've done, and you're not aware of this, I'm going to help you out with this. You have already no need to think of a good idea for the whole of 2026. You've done it. You polled early. Until the end of time, I don't know. I don't know the band, to be honest with you. I can't say that I know them. But Grandstand.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Someone just tuned in now. Heaven knows what they think.
Well, I don't know. But they'll be going, why haven't we tuned in earlier? Because we love this show. It's random and chaotic and comes from the heart. And we just say what we think.
It's just coming.
Oh God, I'm loving it. The old theme tunes. Who remembers this one? All right. I've had a. I've got to get rid of that. Where's Lizzie's thing? I've got to get rid of it. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Right. Who remembers this one? Beat the clock. Da, 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 da. Beat the clock with Swan Brand. Beat the clock. Da, 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 da. Beat the clock with Swan Brand. It was one of the first electric kettles when I was a kid. And you'd had these very crude cartoon, but I love them, of a marching rows of marching kettles. Beat the clock with Swan Brand. Because instead of boiling water in a pan, which is what everybody did, or an old-fashioned whistling kettle. Ah, here we go. Da, 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 da. Ha! Fantastic.
I always used to feel sad when I heard that. Come on. Do you know why? Because I'd watched that was when I was very young, really, really young. And it means the children's programs weren't showing anymore. And it went to the sport, which I didn't like.
Well, I didn't like it either. Bloody awful. Couldn't bear it. But my dad, who was a huge gambler, I'm sure I told you this before. There were no remote controls or anything then, right? So he'd get, even when it was in black and white, right? Black and white. He'd get 2 tellies and stack them one on top of the other so he could watch all the racing. I swear to God, this was my dad. He'd get 2 televisions, stack them up, black and white, and he could watch the race.
Do you remember the very first remote controls? It was
a wire, didn't they? They had a big wire.
Yes, that was right.
Yeah,
so it wasn't exactly remote, but I suppose you didn't have to get off your butt if you wanted to change it.
I was the first remote control, and I put it into my stand-up at one point when they go, remember you had indoor aerials, and Muggins would be, Russell, I need to see this. Okay, Dad. Stand over there. What? Stand there. No, bit to the left. No, slightly to the right now.
Oh, that's funny.
And this was me. I was the remote control for my dad, so he could watch the racing. And you dare not move. You dare not move, because if I moved, the picture would go, get fuzzy. In those days, when I was a kid, and you will not know this, Neil Longie Long, in those days, you had 2 particular dialed knobs on your television. And you think about it now, and you think, what? One was for horizontal hold, and one was for vertical hold, because the picture would do that. So you had to adjust it so it would go, and then hold. And the other one was doing that. Horizontal hold. Do you remember that? Horizontal hold and vertical hold. I just remember.
I don't. You said it'd be right to put this on. This is the Fenimore Fantasy free comedy night this Saturday, headlined by Molly Mole, who won a UK competition for impressing Omid Jalili. So she's a rising star. She's headlining. I'm on the bill. Sarah Dungworth, Julia Eckhoff, EJ Already, Emily Kate Owen's going to be hosting it. EJ
Are they good, these folks? I can't say I'm familiar with them. Are they good?
Chris Norton Walker, yeah, they are.
Okay.
I'm not bad at curating a comedy night, and I have to say so myself.
You put this together?
With a colleague of mine, yes.
So you're like a promoter now?
Not exactly a promoter. I'm quite a good curator, though.
Explain
I know what I like.
Don't we all? Explain the difference. Because this is impressive stuff.
Because for the last 5 years, I've been out on the stand-up circuit, and I've met lots of people. I've seen people grow. I've seen people change. I've seen people who are really good. And then a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to run my own club. Not this one. That's one called Belly Laugh Barn. And I said, yeah, okay. So we just made a list of all the people that I thought, that I think are good. And that was it, really.
So what you've lost my email address then?
Russ, mate.
No, forget it. Fine.
You'd be welcome to come and headline. I don't think you'd do it.
The ship has sailed.
Do you want a spot?
He has left the station.
I'd give you a spot in a heartbeat. Do you want? I didn't even think you'd want one. So
I know you would. I don't think I'm in the mood currently. Hang on, but bless you. I know you would. There used to be a little square pop up in the top corner indicating approaching ad break to put the kettle on. You're absolutely right.
I remember that. That's what everyone said it was. It wasn't. It just showed the adverts were coming. But do you know, right? Everyone said it was that, Kimmy. Oh yeah, you know to do that. Kimmy, I remember that. I do remember that.
True. And something else that Kimmy has mentioned that springs off from that, the electricity board had to time, because they knew in the ad breaks, it's absolutely serious, it's not apocryphal, there'd be a huge surge of demand for electricity because people would, like Kimmy said, go and put the kettle on, which means they go to the kitchen and switch the light on, that's some electricity, and then put the kettle on, more electricity, whatever. And so they had to be ready for that big surge in demand. Yeah, sweet. It's I don't think my comedies. Liz is being very kind and going, do it, Russ, the comedy thing, but I don't do short form. I don't think it would work because mine is like so anecdotal. I just don't.
How about a 20-minute headliner?
It's not you. It's where
20-minute opener.
I tell you what it is. The problem is it's where my head's at the moment. It's where my head's at, and maybe I will. I just feel so depressed and anxious about the world that I just I know
I
people
want to
want me
help
to
you.
do it.
We all do. I mean, and you're right. What you must have put all the time and resources and money into mental health for a reason, because we all should care about our own mental health, and if we can help each other with it, it's a lovely thing to do. But the only thing I can say is curate carefully what you give your attention to, what media you consume. It really can change the way you see the world. I mean, there's many, albeit personal to me, but little good things happen every day. And if you're immersed in sort of misery and regret or fear, you
not
simply
regret. No. I'm not.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general. But if you're
Neil, this is my problem. I honestly feel that I'm sitting on the side of a hill, and I'm watching a train that's going to have a horrible crash, and I'm sitting on that hill. There's nothing I can do. I can't shout at the train driver, but I know that there's two trains coming along the same track, and it's going to be horrendous. And I feel impotent about it. I feel incredibly depressed about it. What can one do? What can one do? And that is the root of my feeling. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense?
It does. But again, the people that make the difference do it in their own sweet way, and they wouldn't do it by trying to push the trains apart.
That's not oh, come on, that's not an answer. You know there's going to be a huge train crash, right? It's not a question of, it's like screaming into the void saying, stop the trains. I'm using this as an analogy. We all know where we're going with it. You know what I mean? It's not a question of, Kimmy, bless you for that. It's not a question of cheering me up. It's a question of that I have an I'll be absolutely honest. I have a sense of absolute existential dread at the moment.
Well, let's put it this way, Russ. Let's just put it this way. Okay. If you said to me you wanted to spot at our club, I would absolutely welcome you with open arms.
God bless you. That's very kind of you.
It's an open. Well, I've seen your stand-up. It's fantastic. You get going on about mine. Yours was brilliant.
Well, you're very kind. You're very.
It was.
You're very kind. No, I'm taking the compliment. I'm taking the compliment. You've done what I would never do, and you've spent 5 years slogging around, having good nights, bad nights, and strange, weird places, and all the rest. I would never do that. I don't have the fire in me to do.
I felt you didn't. I felt you didn't need to, because my perception of you is that you were just had so many, if you like, contacts and such a history of success. You could virtually say, I'm doing a stand-up night, and people would just come just on your name alone. That's the perception I had, and I'm not just saying that.
Funny how we see ourselves, isn't it?
Ain't it?
I don't think my dog would turn. I'm not sure my dog would turn. We have to wish Paul Claridge well. I had a message from him the other day. He's been very supportive of all the shows we've ever done. And
he's a good lad.
Paul was having a bit of a, well, you wouldn't want his life. And he messaged me. He's a sweet guy. And, a good man, a good-hearted man. And
he is a good man.
Yeah, he is, like when you say good. He's a good soul. He's a very good soul. It's in the one. You see, Philip's got a really, really good point. The feeling of helplessness can make you feel guilty, but it shouldn't. I think one always asks the question, or maybe it's just me, could I have done more? Should I be doing more? What could I do to make?
That's the voice of guilt.
Well, yeah.
Because you're using the word, listen to yourself, listen to the language you're using. You're using the word should.
Yeah.
And anytime you should.
Yeah. Keep us hanging.
Then you're kind of shoulding all over yourself. You're tightening your.
Yes, no, I get it.
You're tightening your ought. You're tightening your ought-eries. Your must abating.
Bit rude, especially my issue.
No? M-U-S-T.
Yeah. Russ, I feel much the same as you. I've had some horrible incidents and issues recently. Oh, Christ, which has made me question humanity. Yep. Behavior people and where we are going. Oh, man. I'm sorry. Oh, Leslie Jones. When idiots are driving the train. All right. I'm going to extend that analogy, Leslie Jones. You're right. Idiots are driving the trains, but the passengers are blameless. You see what I'm saying? I don't care if the people driving the trains are injured. I get that because that's their responsibility. The people who've got on the trains in innocence, if we're going to extend the analogy, I blame myself for that. Right. What have you got lined up? It looks like something's good. Oh, this is one of your scam things.
Yeah. I'm just looking for one more picture. Bear with me.
Okay. I was trying to think of other adverts. They asked me how I knew it were SO Blue. Ready? I, of course, replied with other greys one buys. Smoke gets in your eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. SO Blue. From the days when we had I did a whole section on my last stand-up of my dad lighting the paraffin heater in the hall. Swear to God. And I told the twins this once years ago. I was trying to explain that people didn't have central heating. They had paraffin heaters, which were made out of tin about the depth of a Coca-Cola can. And you light this thing. Why were there so many house fires? It's a mystery, isn't it? It's a mystery. And you'd have paraffin fuel. Jesus.
Right.
They didn't believe a word of it. They thought I was making it up.
Sorry. After you.
Go on. No, go on.
I want to see my latest attack on scammers.
Yes, I
Here
do.
We go.
Scam, 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 watch. Scam, 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 watch. Scam, 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 watch. Scam, 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 watch.
We won't let them grab your booty. Don't let them get your looty.
They won't get to the bank.
Let's make them walk the plank.
Let's block their bloody knockoff.
Let's knock their bloody block off.
Let's corrupt their bad grammar.
Let's put them in the summer. Scam watch! Hey!
So I got one of those job offers.
Oh, I thought I was going to see something.
No, I got one of those job offers. And I said, oh, yes, I'm interested in a flexible work from home job where I can make good money. Yeah. So they said, great to hear from you. Glad you're having a good day today. We work with Intent Health, a UK-based company supporting leading pharmaceutical firms like GSK, that would be GlaxoSmithKline, and boosting their online presence, submitting product data, no writing, no investment. You select and submit products. Here's the earnings. You can earn £100 a day. Does that sound good to you? Would you like to proceed? Now, this is obviously a scam. So I said nothing. So then they said, well, we didn't receive your response. I said, I do have one question. They said, yes, please. I said, at what point in the process do you try and steal my money? Is it before or after the training? Just to suddenly break state, pull up short. Did I ask you for any money? They said, what are you talking about? I said, oh, I'm so sorry. I've got someone on another number trying to scam me. So just put in the idea that I'm aware of scams. You just need to submit the provided reviews on the platform and then withdraw your commissions. Can I send you the platform website to get started? Now, it looks like that. And it does look like a proper, little platform where I guess you can log in. They might have some sort
it looks vaguely
training.
familiar. I hate to say.
They said, once you've successfully signed up on the Workbench site, please share a picture of your work account so we can proceed to the next steps. So I said, sure. So I had a little word with ChatGPT and I sent them this back.
Ready to...
So I've done it.
So what were they asking for?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure what the scam is. I suppose at some point I'll have to give my bank account details so they can pay me. I don't know what it is. I'm not quite sure what the scam is.
But there's a lot of those work from home, just to review £100 a day. Great, sitting on my ass, £100 a day. Thank you. I'll take that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And don't get caught up.
It's bound to be something. I love this from Leslie Ian Jones. We had a paraffin heater. That's what I was talking about with SO Blue. Not saying my late mum was stupid. We had indoor sparklers. The thing about it is, we all survived. We all survived. We didn't have a government. We didn't have a government saying you can only have one drink of Coca-Cola. You see that last week?
No.
Yeah, the machines are limited. Some of the machines are now, by law, limited. You can only have one. I know.
Wednesday, I'm trying to get a guest. I'm punting for someone quite good on Wednesday. I will say to our listeners, if there's any subject you want to know about and you'd like me to interview someone on it, very happy to do that. Very happy to,
and
take
I've got
requests.
some good guests. I've got some very good guests coming up for you as well, which I haven't even told you about because I've been a bit occupied with other stuff. But I will get
take it easy. Give your mind a rest. Do something enjoyable. Seriously, we care about you, man. Take it easy.
That's all right. I'm just thank you. That's very sweet. I care about you more. Mr. Magoo. Bless you. Longie will be back on Wednesday. I won't be here on Friday because I won't be here on Friday. But you'll be in the hands of Phil Dave and the wonderful Chantal Ricards as ever.
And I'll see you Wednesday, folks.
You absolutely will. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for your company. Have a great day and no hurty words. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.